I'm basically picking up from where we left off last time. I'm here at Anglesey Circuit, Trac Mon it's called, for a track day in the Supra. Now we're testing out these new brakes. We've got K-Sport 356mm discs, 8-pot calipers. So we're trying them out today and seeing how they go. I'm a little bit nervous in the fact that I've got massive brakes on the front and now the tiny brakes still on the rear. So we'll see how that happens if I'm going to do any endos in the car. I think probably I'm going to have problems with like locking up, just because the braking force on the front is so much more than the rear that it's just going to lock up the fronts, but I guess we'll find out. So I'm not going to talk any more than that. Let's just take it out on track and see how it goes. Alright, so first couple of laps done. It scrubs a lot, is all I can say. Coming around the corner when you come downhill and you can see it over Snowdonia, it scrubs quite a lot. The brakes themselves are brilliant. I still haven't even gone all the way down on the pedal yet. So I think that generally is going to be a massive improvement for the car, these brakes. So I'm really excited to properly test them. We do, however, have an issue with Jimmy, Seb and Matt's TT. They've literally just had the fire extinguisher out. So let's try and see what's going on.
Probably only set fire to that, what's it called?
Well, it's whatever it's dripping oil on. It's right onto the manifold.
Was it a little bit on fire then?
It was very on fire.
A little bit on fire. Only a little bit.
It's fine, it's not on fire anymore.
Well, that's good. What happened? Do we know?
Leaking oil.
Seb broke it.
Leaking oil. It was nothing to do with me.
Broke it. Well, at least you came prepared anyway.
Yeah, I'm glad we got a fire extinguisher. Safety first.
Safety first.
So we can confirm that the TT was indeed on fire. You might be able to actually see it in the GoPro footage. You know, the plumes of smoke coming from behind the car. I'll drop that footage in now. We didn't really obviously know that it was quite on fire. We just thought, it's just smoking, because it did have a little bit of a problem when they first started it up, that there was a few bits of smoke coming from the from under the bonnet. Basically, oil has leaked onto the manifold and actually started a fire. Thank God the guys had a fire extinguisher next to him, because otherwise that could have been quite dangerous. But I think it might very well be curtains for those guys for today, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame.
I found a buyer for all our fuel that we bought with us.
Oh yeah.
Like to buy some highly priced fuel.
We'll do a good deal.
Yeah.
£2.50.
You'll do me a good deal, just like all the petrol companies.
Yeah, £2.50 a litre.
So here's the issue. This is a intercooler pipe, which happened to be carrying some residual oil in there, and as you can see, it's melted, presumably from the manifold, and split inside. Obviously that split and caused oil to get onto the manifold itself, which caused a fire. As you can see, they've left their mark on Anglesey Circuit, so the car's getting put back on the trailer now and taken home. Bit of a shame to happen at 9:30 when we started at 9. It'd be good to talk about the Supra as well. So the Supra itself, as some of you may know, is a full ITB conversion Supra. So it's running on individual throttle bodies. It's NA, non-turbo, running around 280 brake horsepower, 245 at the wheels. That's what we got on the last dyno session. The car itself has been round Anglesey before in 2016. The car was pretty much standard then, so it's good to see the difference now from what it was then. Back then, because it was on 16-inch wheels and tyres and kind of balloon tyres, it felt really wallowy and generally quite unstable through the faster corners especially. But it was a weird sensation because you could build and build and build the speed and it would take it. It was something that you'd have to drive a lot to get the confidence behind the wheel. Now it's obviously a completely different beast from those days. The tyres themselves on the fronts are brand new, the rears are my old fronts that I've moved to the back, so they're probably the weak point, I think. I'm struggling for grip on the rear. You might be able to see in some of the footage I've come sideways around the corners a couple of times, so I'm waiting to get black flagged for that. But I think the biggest issue I'm having is that the tyres are scrubbing quite a lot. It's mainly on the rear arch, and to be honest there's not a lot of evidence of that on the actual arch itself or on the tyre. There's no gouges or anything, but in the car you can hear it, and I'm sure in the GoPro footage you can hear it quite a lot. So it is looking like I'm going to need some suspension sooner rather than later. Harder dampers are obviously going to be less forgiving in terms of the body roll, and hopefully round some of these corners here I shouldn't get as much scrubbing on the arch. It's just noise, to be honest. It's slightly annoying when you're driving and you worry that you're damaging the car, but there is no evidence that it's actually damaging the car at all, so I'm happy to keep sending it. So just before I take the car out, it's worth having a look. If you haven't already seen these in a previous video, here are the individual throttle bodies. Lovely. You may notice I've taken the air filters off. This gives me an extra around 25 horsepower at the wheels, which is nuts. It's quite a lot. The difference I had, it was about 219 at the wheels, as opposed to 245 without the air filters on. So it's worth doing, and I've just got to be a little bit careful obviously in case any stones or anything go in there, but I'm sure it'll be fine around a racetrack. So there we go, day is done. The track's just closed. They were trying to close it as I got into the pit lane, so thankfully they let us go out for another couple of extra laps, so that was fun. Got a little bit sideways around that first corner. I guess you can't get black flagged if it's the last lap, so yeah, use that to my advantage. The car was brilliant. I think the rear tyres are just a little bit too old and kind of, I don't know, maybe glazed over or whatever, because they've been on the car for a little while. So they were a little bit disappointing, struggled for rear grip, but that comes with the caveat of it being quite fun because you get sideways, especially as you can maybe see in this footage from the last lap that I had. So that was great fun. The brakes were incredible. That is money well spent. Those Japanese spec 2-pot calipers were just not up to anything. Horrible pedal feel. The pedal feel is so much better now, and the actual bite from the brakes themselves is just infinitely better. It's just interrupting me, you know. This was a little bit of a different video to the normal ones that I would do on track day. Normally there'd be quite a lot more talking. I tried to keep that to a minimum this time, as I'm sure people just want to see track time in the car. So hopefully that came across in the video. I didn't do my normal paddock walk as well. If you missed that, sorry about that. Obviously that's a normal feature from these kind of videos. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video in general. More stuff will be happening to the Supra. It's never finished, is it, the project? If my girlfriend's listening, it's definitely finished. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. If you don't, then don't bother, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye bye.